Now we are taking a look at some CCTV footage, which stems from an old sewer tunnel system located somewhere in Europe. The story goes that a lot of sketchy stuff was going on in these systems back in the day, and that to this day workers still see the eerie outlines of spirits down there. Apparently, the following footage is showing us one of these instances. A woman seems to appear at the end of the sewer tunnels, but also the light flickers just moments before she appears on camera. That's quite strange. And as mysteriously as she appears, she vanishes. Only moments after that, there is a dark shadow that is making it towards the end of the tunnel as well. Which is pretty inexplicable to many. What do you think happened here? I couldn't say, to be honest. Jacob had recently got a hold of a supposedly haunted jester clown doll. How? It is said that he inherited the old house of his late grandmother, and the doll came with it. Interested in occult objects, he kept it in his bedroom at night. Crazy, I know. And not long after, he felt that something was extremely wrong with the doll, which caused him to store it in a different room. This particular night, he woke up to some really terrifying noises from outside of his room, and he started recording.
I just heard banging.
Jacob ends the video abruptly and states that he spent the night locked in his room. He wasn't willing to spend another terrifying night like that and decided that it probably would be best to keep this doll, which he calls Jeffrey, in the basement from now on.
With whatever happened last night, I don't want him near me. And in general, I think I'm just scared. I'm gonna be putting him in the basement, so I'm gonna follow up after I get that done. Alright guys, this is the results so far. I'm gonna leave him here for now, but I think I'm gonna put a camera here. Jeffrey's still here, so We're gonna see if there's anything I miss.
From that night on, Jacob caught several really strange encounters down there in the basement. Weird shadow movement, for which he had no explanation for. Eventually, he decided that it would be smart to have a rotating camera stand to cover more angles of the basement and to make sure that he wouldn't miss any more creepy encounters taking place down there. Something moved the doll's arm, and then we hear the light bulb pop for inexplicable reasons. Jacob is sure that this is due to the possession of his doll, and that the creepy activity will continue. I can't wait to see what happens next. Following videos are from a TikTok profile called Waweng, and I don't know if it is Indonesian or Malaysian perhaps, but he states that he documented some really intriguing events outside of his town, in the middle of the night of all things. Let's take a look. But what is going on here? Now, look at that again. There's something grinning at him. Do you think that's what he caught here? A spirit? Now, the only thing that makes me a little bit more curious is, see the eyes reflecting? People say that this is not always happening with ordinary human people, so is this something else perhaps? It is creepy. And this is apparently the second entry on his video log. Now, this is somebody creepy in the cornfields. It's not really corn, but look like somebody creepy looking out of the jungle. This particular frame here looks like there's an unnatural smile going on. Might also just be the lighting not being really great, but this video was captured by a young man who was out with his friends that night. They were cruising over a street that had seen many accidents in the past, so it's not a surprise that people tell many stories about ghost sightings that have been experienced by many drivers on that road. While this was not technically captured by a dashcam, it was filmed by a helm camera of our young bike rider this night, which gave him the opportunity to look back at what he believes to have been a ghost appearing on the right side of the road. People say that we might be seeing the spirit of a young person here, perhaps wearing a long white shirt or a dress, which is even more plausible if we believe the statement of the bike rider, saying that this person seemed to have vanished after he turned his head and took a look at it. Of course, you never know, if not a crazy person decided to risk their life and stand on the side of this busy road at night, but it makes you wonder, who would do that? Maybe a ghost? Now let's take a look at a clip taken by user Ariazariel. This clip comes out of Malaysia, and at first glance you wouldn't even notice anything creepy about it at all. In the video there is a group of people taking photos and eating food, and it appears to be either a group of friends or maybe a family. Everyone in the video seems to be having a good time and nobody notices anything amiss. It is only after checking the footage later that the cameraman saw something odd. Let's watch. Look at the window above the man. A figure can be seen looking in from the window at the group. The entity definitely looks like a human man. However, if you look closely, it appears that there are no distinguishable features on the spirit whatsoever. The concept of faceless ghosts is actually well established. In Japan, they are known as noperabu, and apparently will often take on the form of people familiar to those they are haunting. However, these spirits are also mostly known to be harmless, other than occasionally frightening people. Perhaps this is why the group did not notice the uninvited guest in their window. The group stated, though, that they have never seen this person. Let me know what you guys think of this capture. The following is a video from Chastity Faith, and she captured it while sending goofy Snapchats to her friend. She was in her room at night and everybody else was asleep at that time. Yet there seemed to be an odd object right behind her, which freaked her out a tiny bit, to be honest. Let's check it out. If we rotate the image and zoom in a little bit closer, we can see that something seems to be tampering with her blanket, and I don't think it is wind. If nobody else was with her in the room, is it maybe paranormal forces? It's possible. The following video was posted by Reman8. The user states, "Something set off the security alarm on one of our properties 2 nights ago. This is the footage we found after nothing was stolen. People believe whatever was captured could have been a spirit from a different dimension. Let's take a look." A shadow person seems to be walking through different rooms of the house and moving things around before it triggers the alarm and disappears into thin air. And as mentioned before, no signs of an intruder were found after. Strange, isn't it? The uploader swears that nobody was home at the time. I believe him. What could we be looking at here in your opinion? Pretty mysterious. The following terrifying clip has been shared by Leah Henderson on her profile. It was just a regular day for her, and she was out with her little baby to enjoy the car wash together. The little one apparently always loved the spectacle. Leah wanted to record the event on her phone today to archive it for the family video diary. However, after they arrived back home and were watching the material, something seemed to be with her baby in the back of the car that shouldn't have been there. Let's take a look. Her family members and friends noticed that the creepy face seemed to be popping up right next to her sleeping toddler in the car seat. Does this perhaps resemble the face of a child from the afterlife? Some commenters on her profile believe that they can see exactly that. But how would that be possible? And what a terrifying thought that would be, right?
So I went back to the haunted car wash for my video the other day. I wanted to go ahead and do a video showing me going all the way through the car wash for those who are trying to debunk it or say it's fake. This is kind of a video of the camera, my hair. I wore it wavy just like I did on that day. It was actually videoed back in, I want to say January, maybe February. I'll have to check that. But I've been trying to avoid watching it because it creeped me out. I could see where people would say it's my hair. My hair was wavy and it kind of has that look. For those of you saying that I didn't have a headrest there, there's obviously the headrest. It does get bright on the side of it with all the lights going on.
Long story short, when Leah went once more through the same car wash another day with similar weather conditions, she was unable to recreate this effect. So it could not have been anything reflecting and creating this weird shape, at least in her opinion. In the end, we cannot say what exactly was captured that day, but it is certainly super unsettling, wouldn't you say? Now we want to check out a video from Asia, and it was captured at a family reunion. I think it's an older recording, and the camera person wasn't expecting anything strange at all. But then, after rewatching the video, they noticed that there seemed to be something off with the recording. Let's see. Alright, so we see a family having dinner. Faces are blurred due to privacy concerns. And just a little toddler. Cute little toy. Don't know if anything happened yet. Basically just a video diary of a nice family evening together. It looks like to be an old recording indeed, though. What? Was that a face? What is that here? Oh, it might be hard to see for you guys, but it looked like a face to me. Look. Ah, there's like a really creepy head peeking out of the corner. What is that, though? Is this just an item that rolled into the frame? I don't think so, guys. This really looks creepy to me. I mean, look, it's just creeping out of the corner. Now, guys, is this a spirit? Certainly nothing positive. I don't think this is just Grandpa saying hello from the afterlife. I think there is somebody in this little house. The next video was uploaded by user Snyder Flores 2. He was out one night with his daughter, outside the village close to a town in Ecuador. They were on their way back home and passing through a rural park, and nothing seemed to be out of the ordinary at first. However, after a few seconds this changed. The father of the little girl noticed something behind her.
Y por ahí viene la mujer más hermosa de todo este planeta. Enojada. y enojada. Oh, May. Algo se corrió detrás de ti. Devuélvete para atrás a ver qué es lo que fue. Yo te sigo. Por aquí se movió algo. Por aquí, por este árbol. Mueve las ramas. No hay nada, ¿no? Por aquí se movió, pero... Ven, vamos a buscarlo más acá. Por aquí.
It was a weird encounter indeed. Take a close look, as there seems to be a little kid behind his daughter in the bushes. It runs towards the right and is not seen or heard of after ever again. Strange. Was the kid maybe waiting behind the pole here, creating the strange effect? What's also odd is the swing at the end of the video. Look at it. Something must have used it just moments before. Was it maybe a paranormal incident? Other viewers suspect that the shadow person in the background might have something to do with it even. Can we confirm that? Of course not. But who knows? Maybe there was something mysterious going on. How creepy. This video is quite the mysterious one. The story goes that it was recorded by a man who was on a nightly work-related trip. He was traveling on a field road outside of town, and quite a few miles away from any other residential area for that matter. Based on his reports, he felt pretty weirded out after seeing something or somebody standing at the side of the road. But that wasn't everything. Moments after, something even stranger happened. Is that a person? Somebody with their back turned towards the dash cam? But now look into the night sky. The driver of the truck was baffled, and of course, in his mind, he became witness of an UFO encounter that night. Could this be so? Did maybe an unidentified life form linger around at the side of the road? That's a scary thought. And how lucky of the man to capture this event on his dashcam that night. I mean, what else could this thing be? Most certainly related to that UFO.